Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Welcome. Om Tat Sat. I have to put on my headphones. I'm sorry.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, happy to see you.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, how are you doing? How is everybody doing? I'm asking a question. And you're all silent. Mauna Vrata. So things are not going very good, but it's okay. It could go better. That's always the great anchoring and the desire. They don't go as per what I expect. And here in Bhagavad Gita, you're being taught how not to expect something materially, and how if you expect spiritually, Krishna fully satisfies you, because there's a greater plan he has. And we are learning these things from chapter 18. Because Krishna is talking to us about understanding, about determination, all under the modes of material nature. And we can distinctly see how these things are so true. So true. And I'm going to ask Vijaya Rajan, where are we reading?
40 we have to start, Maharaj. We finished 39.
39 we have finished. Yadagre
Yes.
chanubhandhe cha sukam mohanamatmanah nidra lasya pramodotham tattamasam udahritam. We were speaking about 3 different happinesses under the modes of sattva, rajas, and tamas. Isn't it amazing that we did not know about it, that 3 types of happiness can be there? And there's a 4th one, transcendental to these 3 modes, transcendental happiness. That's even greater. That's what is called bliss, ananda. And you'll be amazed to know that Krishna is giving here a description of these types of happinesses. Okay, and the text 40 is another bomb. Natadasti prithviyam va divi deveshu va punah sattvam prakriti jair muktam yad evi syat tribhir gunai. What does it mean? Translation: there is no being existing either here or among the demigods in the higher planetary systems which is freed from these 3 modes spawn of material nature. Wow. Right from Abrahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartino Arjuna, Krishna explains that Abrahma Bhuvana Loka, from Brahma Loka, the topmost planet, down to the lowest planet, all of them are afflicted by birth, death, misery, old age, disease, everything, which means by the 3 modes of material nature. And here Krishna is reconfirming it and saying that nobody exists in this entire 14 planetary systems of this universe or this entire creation who does not get influenced by these 3 modes. Okay, so what does this mean? It means you're completely under control. You cannot do things the way you think. That's what I said. It's not like what you expect. It's like what you deserve. You can expect what you deserve. What is it that I deserve? According to what I have acted in the past. Karma chases you. Like they say, just like your forehead travels with you everywhere, what do they say? Each language says something about this. And in Malayalam, what do they say? Shalini, what do they say?
तलेल एഴുത്ത് तलेल
तलेल
एഴുത്ത്
एഴുത്ത്. और हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं? हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं? Hindi also they will say something. Anyway, in Hindi they say that माता जहां भी जाता है आपका कर्मा भी वहां पर जाता है. Wherever your forehead goes, your karma also goes there. Anyway, the point is that we are also enjoying these happinesses, but they're low class. The one on the tamasika guna is very low class, rajasika guna is low class. Some class you can say that sattvika guna has got, but that is also material. It's also material, it's also got some conditioning. Krishna is introducing us to transcendental bliss, beyond. So anybody inside this world is afflicted. So in other words, everybody is diseased. Karanam gunasangasya sadasat yoni janmashu. The reason is that gunasanga. When you're associated with the modes, you'll be afflicted by them. If you go into this material world, you'll have to be afflicted. So we are all afflicted persons. First thing you must understand that I'm a prisoner, I am diseased. First thing you must understand and agree is, I am diseased. I am a prisoner. Nobody agrees, generally speaking. That's the meaning of illusion. That's the meaning of illusion. So we have learned a lot about the nature of illusion, how we are illusioned, why we are illusioned. And Krishna is saying nobody can escape that illusion within these three worlds. In other words, everybody is under the control of the three modes of material nature. You see, Durga, the word Durga means fort. She manages, she's the fort Maya Devi. That Trishul that she has is the three modes of material nature. She controls you with that. So, Krishna goes ahead, Brahmana Kshatriya Vishyan Sudranam Cha Parantapa Karmani Pravibhaktani Swabhava Prabhavaid Gunaihi. Brahmana, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas and Shudras are distinguished by the qualities born of their own nature in accordance with the material modes or chastities of the enemy. How do you get classified as Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, etc.? So by the permutation and combination of the modes that you have, in what proportion you have those modes with you. Because invariably you will behave according to the modes affecting you. And that is why you cannot say it's caste system. Somebody behaves in a particular way because he's afflicted by that modes. Shudra means one who is predominantly afflicted by tamoguna. Vaishya means tamogun and rajogun. Kshatriya means predominantly rajogun. Brahmana means predominantly sattvika guna. This is the way it is, generally speaking. So somebody is termed Shudra, they don't feel bad about it because they know I'm afflicted by tamoguna so much. And what is the nature of tamoguna? Nidra lasya. I will be lazy, I will feel sleepy, I like to intoxicate myself. I don't know what is right and wrong. These are all characteristics of people in tamoguna. And you can see a lot of us are like that. When tamogun catches us, we don't know what to do, what is right, what is wrong. And all these characteristics are a lot in Kali Yuga. So we can't deny it. We can't say, I am, being characterized as by caste system and all that. Racist, you're casteistic. And now the whole Western philosophy is blaming India for being very racist in the past because of the Brahminical class of people and the Shudra, the Dalit caste. And now in Tamil Nadu, we have Dravidians and you have, against the Brahmins, the Aryans, all these things. But these all exist. You can't do anything about it. Why? Because there's some other force of the modes of material nature. And although you may get up and say Inkulab Zindabad, immediately you'll be afflicted by the Tamoguna only. Whatever Inkulab you may say, that Tamogun will not leave you. It's not enough if you say that I am not afflicted by Tamogun, I am as good as you. But who's listening to you? There's a powerful force of material nature influencing you. Who listens to all your slogans? The next minute you'll get afflicted by Tamogun and you'll do something crazy. Isn't it? So we have no control over it. Since we have no control over it, according to the pushings of the modes, we will act and we will reap the consequences according to that. So we have no hope but to follow the process and the way given by Krishna. Krishna is saying, you get over the modes by surrendering to me. Mammaya duratyaya mamevaye prapadyante mayametam tarantite. You can cross over these modes by surrendering to me very easily. Mayametam taranti. You can cross over. And you know that wonderful example of the dog in the rich man's house, how he barks at you when you ring the bell, and how he attacks you, and how when the owner comes and recognizes you, opens the gate for you and greets you happily, the dog immediately changes stance, completely becomes your friend, wants to become your friend. Wagging its tail, it will come and nuzzle itself closer to you. And Prabhupada explained that with this example and said, as soon as you connect with Krishna, Maya will become your good friend. Maya is simply doing the thankless job of barking because Krishna said so. Whoever is not connected with me, give them a good bark. Attack them. Yes, sir. And that's all Maya does. But as soon as she sees you're connecting up with Krishna and you know each other, boom, I become your good friend. This is the easiest way to conquer Maya, Krishna says. Don't put on gusti with Maya and don't try wrestling with Maya. Mama Maya duratyaya. You will never win. You will never win. But the shortcut is to connect with me. I am the master of Maya. Maya adhyakshena prakriti suyate sa characharam. And the shortest, wisest, and the most intelligent thing to do is to connect with Krishna. That also Krishna teaches us repeatedly. Okay. So Brahmanas, Vaishyas, Kshatriya, Shudras are not caste system. They are affliction of the three modes and classification. You can't do anything about it. Any government passes any law, any rule that, some title they give you, SC, ST, this thing, that thing. It's not going to work. It's not under your hands. So what are the characteristics of such a person who is a Brahmana, who is mainly under the influence of Sattvika Guna? Samo damastapas saucham kshantira arjavamevacha jnana vijnanam astikyam brahma karma swabhavacham. So beautiful. These shlokas are so nicely Krishna is explaining. You may agree or you may not agree, but the world works like this. He is the creator. Who cares about your opinion? I don't think it is like this. Who cares? The next minute you're afflicted by the gunas. So please read that Mahalila. Shamodamas translation.
Peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, knowledge, wisdom, and religiousness. These are the natural qualities by which the Brahmanas work.
Yeah, thank you. Brahmana means these are all good qualities. Peacefulness. You never fight with anybody unnecessarily. That does not mean you can tease him. Hey, this fellow will not fight with you. Let's just, dig him a little bit, let him kick him a little bit and all that. He will watch very carefully. He's a very intelligent person. He won't fight with you the way you are trying to fight with him. But he'll tie you up in knots. This is what Chanakya Pandit did to all the Kshatriyas. He was such a powerful person, they got afraid. All he had is with a small chadar around his waist and his shoulders, and a book under his armpit. That's all his possession was. But he was a terror. For all the big kings and Kshatriyas, he was a terror. Why? He was so intelligent. He put one king against the other and they both fought and killed each other. And he was just watching. Both of you guys deserve this. He knows how to do it. He knows statecraft. He is the advisor for many kings. He is very influential, very powerful, very learned, very knowledgeable. So he did that. So don't think because he is peaceful, he does not know how to contract you. He will peacefully finish you. You get the point? He will peacefully finish you. That's what Chanakya Pandit did. Without raising an eyelid and without raising a finger, he finished. And all the Brahmanas got together and Maharaja Vena, very horrible person. He was killing people. He was stopping the sacrifices by the Brahmanas. And they repeatedly told him, don't do these type of things. It's against the instruction of the Shastra. You're a king. You must protect the people. You must keep them secure. They repeatedly warned him. He went completely against them. And he said, I am the king. I'll do what I want. Who the hell are you? So they came one day to him. They all discussed. They came one day to him and they chanted mantra. La, 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 la. Boom, he fell down dead. They didn't have to use any weapons, nothing. They just came and chanted a Mrityu mantra. The vibration went inside his ears and he fell down dead. And then they told his wife, you can preserve him if you want. And the wife was crying. What happened? Why did you do like this? No, to the Brahmanas. The Brahmanas left. Then they discussed again and said, the wife is preserving the body anyway, let us go. And they went and take out the body and they churned the body with a stick and chanted mantras. From the body came all the impurities in the form of a hunter, Nishada. And they said, get lost, go to the forest. And he is the beginning of the hunter race. Then they churned the thighs. And from the thighs came Prithu, the incarnation of the Supreme Lord. And Archi, Lakshmi. Both of them they took out from there and they said, now you both rule. So powerful. So don't think that these peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, tolerance, honesty, knowledge, wisdom, religiousness means you can do anything to them. It means they are very powerful. That's why they're able to remain so calm and quiet. Then Shauryam Tejo Tritirdakshyam Yuddhe Chapi Apalayanam Danam Ishvara Bhavascha Kshatram Karma Swabhavajam. Shalini, please read the translation. Mute, unmute, yeah.
Heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle, generosity, and leadership are the natural qualities of work for the Kshatriyas.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kshatriyas, leadership, administrators, persons who rule in the government, all these people, they are Kshatriyas. And they should definitely be courageous, bold, chivalrous, very good warriors, can protect the people, determination, power, all these things are qualities for Kshatriyas. A Kshatriya who is a coward, he comes away from the war, he is afraid, he runs away, and all is a very great insult to the Kshatriya clan. That's why Krishna told Arjuna, if you go away from here, you will lose terribly. People will talk about you as a horrible Kshatriya. Better you fight and your fame and name will spread widely. You will gain immensely by facing the war. You can see that in Bhagavad Gita itself. Krishi go rakshavanijyam vaishyakarma swabhavajam paricharyatmakam karma sutrasyapi swabhavajam. Farming, cow protection and business are the natural work for the Vaishyas. And for the Shudras, there is labor and service to others. That's all. Shudras, because of Tamoguna, too much, labor and service to others. That is your occupational duty. So most people think that I will study engineering and then I will get a job in a very big company like Nestle, like, this and that and whatever. And I'll become a big designer. I'll make these machines and I'll do that. I'll do this. This is exactly a Shudra. This is exactly a Shudra, high class Shudra. Because he's thinking, I have to work. Then only they'll give me money. That idea that if I work, I will get money. I will work and I will get money. I'll get salary. That is what is Shudra. All of us have got that. In the education system, I mean, if you don't get a job, you're finished. Go around looking for a job. The whole identity is if I don't have a job, society will call. In other words, society has been trained to tell you, if you're not a Shudra, you're finished. We are all Shudras. Join the clan. Join the club. Otherwise, we will talk bad about you. No, please don't talk about me. I'll join the club. I'll join the Shudra club. Everybody wants a job. Huge money, I'll get job. Whatever it is, the mentality is, I will work. Every month I'll stand with my hand like this. They'll give me salary. So nice, so safe, so secure. I've got a job. They'll give me money. I will use that and I will enjoy. I'll work very hard. I'll get promotion. I'll get more and more pay. My boss will say, what a nice dog you are. What a good donkey you are. I will give you more pay. Wonderful. Because of the mentality of thinking, I work, I get paid. I work, I get paid. This is the meaning of labor and service to others. It need not be only physical. Right? This is the mentality. But above that is the Vaishya. Vaishya will say, get lost, I'll not work under anybody. I'll make my own money. I don't like to work under anybody. I'll do my own business. I'll do farming. I'll make Krishi. I'll make this with that, and I'll sell it and make money. Why the hell should I work under you? I can do what you're doing also. His thinking is like that. He'll never think I'll work under anybody. I know of some of my friends in the college itself, when I did my engineering, everybody is looking for jobs saying, I can never work under anybody. I was so surprised. What are you going to do? Are you going to study higher? No, I'm not. You're not going to get a job? No, I can never work under anybody. So what are you going to do? Let's see. And these are the people who became very big businessmen. I can't work under anybody. I'll do better than you. I'll learn this, there. I'll make this, and sell it, and I'll make money. Their tendency and thinking is always like that. And they're very oriented towards cow protection, farming, and all this. Those days, that's the meaning of mercantile community. They are the ones who do the business. All the farmers are Vaishyas. But today, the farmers are treated lower than Shudras. They don't get even a Shudra's job. Above that is a Kshatriya. I'll not do any work. I'll make everybody who is doing work pay me a commission, collect taxes. Why? I'm a warrior. I fight and protect you. It's your duty to maintain me. Give me 5%, 10%, 15% of your crops. Give me 5%, 15% of your business, you Vaishya. You're a rascal, otherwise I'll finish you. Tax. So this is called taxing. The government taxes you because they're all Kshatriyas. But they use the taxes. The Bhagavatam says, it is just like the sun will suck water from the sea. But it will give it back to you in the form of pure rain. It will not take and keep anything for itself. Sun will take, it will go into the clouds, it will come back to you. So the government takes money from you, will give you roads, it will give you security, will give you soldiers and military and everything to protect you, will give you that, this, everything. They'll give it back in the form of facilities for maintaining the people. And little bit commission they will get out of it, they'll enjoy a little bit. That's allowed. So Kshatriya will tax and take money from you. A Brahmana will simply not do anything but give you knowledge. Yajana, Yajana, Patana, Patana, Dana, Parigraha. And it is the duty of all the other three, the Kshatriya, the Vaishya, the Shudra, to maintain the Brahmana. He will not do any work. He will study, he will worship the Lord, he will teach you how to worship, and he'll give you consultancy from his knowledge. That's all he's supposed to do. These are the way the different classes of the society people maintain themselves. That's why whenever we see a Brahminical person and he comes home, they are invited, they'll be welcomed very well, they'll be fed, the dakshina will be given to them, consultation will be there with them. They will tell you everything from astrology to the right time for doing, what to do this, what to do, everything they'll tell you. So they'll give some dakshina, some payment, and he is not interested in taking great payment also. Whatever little he will use, and then the rest he will himself donate it. I don't want it. I don't want it. He's not attached. So these are the ways the Brahmana, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas would maintain themselves. Very important for us to know. Farming, cow protection, business are the natural work for the Vaishyas, and for the Shudras as labor and service to others. Now Krishna says, if each one of them in society simply perform their actions and activities according to the modes affecting them, then they will become perfect. How is it? Sve sve karmanya viratah samsiddhim labate narah swakarma niradah siddhim yata vindanti tachino. I'll tell you, by following his qualities of work, every man can become perfect. Now, please hear from me how this can be done. So don't think somebody is a Shudra, so very low class. No, 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 no. In Krishna's eyes, just be a good Shudra. Do what you're supposed to do properly, as per the pushings, as per the instructions. And you will see you'll become perfect. The Shudra can become perfect. The Brahmana can also achieve the same perfection. Kshatriya also can come to the same level of perfection. It doesn't matter in the material realm what classification you have got. In transcendence, you can all become one. How? Yata pravritir bhutana yena sarvam idam tatam swakarmanatam abhyarcha siddhim vindanti manava. But, okay, please read Priya.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. By worship of the Lord, who is the source of all beings and who is all pervading, a man can attain perfection through performing his own work. Hare Krishna.
Yes, thank you. Swakarmana tam abhyarcha. Abhyarcha, archa means worshipping. By your work, you can worship. If you're a Shudra, you do that work for the sake of the Lord. If you're a businessman, you do that work for the sake of the Lord. Give the result of that work to the Lord. You will see it is worship. Swakarmana, by your work, you can worship the Lord. This is a secret. This is an amazing secret. Yata pravritir bhutanam yena sarvam idam tatam. So please read the purport for that. If somebody can read the purport, who likes to read the purport? Sandhya.
As stated in the 15th chapter, all living beings are fragmental parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord. Thus, the Supreme Lord is the beginning of all living entities. This is confirmed in the Vedanta
Sutra.
Janmadhyasya
yataha.
The Supreme Lord is therefore the beginning of life of every living entity, and is stated in the 17th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. The Supreme Lord, by his two energies, his external energy and internal energy, is all pervading. Therefore, one should worship the Supreme Lord with his energies. Generally, the Vaishnava devotees worship the Supreme Lord with his internal energy. His external energy is prevented reflection, prefer perverted reflection on the internal energy. The external energy is a background, but the Supreme Lord, by the expansion of his plenary portion in Paramatma, is situated everywhere. He is the super soul of all demigods, all human beings, all animals, everywhere. One should therefore know that as part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, one has to do his duty to render services unto the Supreme. Everyone should be engaged in devotional service to the Lord for full Krishna consciousness. This is recommended in this verse.
Thank you.
Everyone,
Yeah, go
thank you.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Everyone should think that he is engaged in a particular type of occupation by Rishikesha, the master of senses, and by the result of the work in which one is engaged. Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, should be worshipped. If one thinks always in this way, in full Krishna consciousness, then by the grace of the Lord, he becomes fully aware of everything. This is the perfection of life. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 12.7, Tesam aham samudrata.
Samudhrata.
The Supreme Lord himself takes charge of delivering such a devotee. This is the highest perfection of life in whatever occupation one may be engaged. If he serves the Supreme Lord, he will achieve the highest perfection. Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So what we do, work, is very much connected with our nature, swabhava, or the type of modes that are affecting you. So you can see that you cannot be doing work without paying credence to the modes affecting you. And if you actually work and offer that work to Krishna and stay within the rules and regulations of the Varnashrama, then actually you'll be worshipping the Supreme Lord. By worshipping the Supreme Lord, you'll become perfect. This is so much connected with the work. This is how work is worship. Work is not worship because you worshipped your lathe machine or your sewing machine and put some chandan and kumkum on that on Ayudha Puja day and say this is work is worship. Ennodiya thoril, my work is worship, and like some people become so addicted to work. That's not the meaning of work is worship only when you connect it with Krishna. Work does not become worship on its own without Krishna. People teach wrong things in this world. Many people read the Bhagavad Gita and use the Bhagavad Gita to make the fellow who is your employee work like nothing. Work is worship. Work 15 hours a day. That's the greatest worship of the Lord. And he makes money out of you. I heard the whole management from Bhagavad Gita explanation of one so-called guru who was employed by the company to teach how Bhagavad Gita is teaching about work. Work is worship. And he conducted these seminars, and this fellow is getting more work out of the people by telling them read Bhagavad Gita. It's totally wrong. In fact, Bhagavad Gita is saying don't work. The real thing is, why are you working? Give up all the work. Just let's have a relationship. That's enough. All this work you're doing because you forgot me. If you're remembering me and we are having a relationship, why to work at all? Natasya karyam karnam cha vidyate parashaya shaktir vividaiva shuyate. Krishna has got no work to do. He does not have a family, he has to earn money and he has to look after them and all that. So Krishna is telling, you are in this situation because you lost your relationship with me. Actually, by worshipping Krishna, we belong to the class of people who don't do any work. No work class. That's the meaning of really liberation. Just imagine. Just imagine, where is work is worship. Krishna is not telling you to work like nothing. If you're worshipping him with your work, automatically, slowly, you'll stop working. You'll only be worshipping him. Why will you keep working throughout your life? I want to work till the end of my life, even after retirement, after they have booted me out of the company, I will again work And if the company hires me, I will go, because work is worship, work is my life. One day I'll breathe my last while I'm working on my table. This is the success of my life. Very foolish, unfortunately, what to do. So these are things, and then Krishna is explaining, you don't engage in another person's occupation. Brahmana should not do Shudra's work. Shudra should not try to do Brahmana's work. Today you will see all Shudras want to be in Brahminical position. This is Kali Yuga, topsy-turvy, upside down. Right? So Krishna is saying, Shreyan swadharmo vigunaha paradharmat swanushtitat swabhava niyatam karma kurvannapnoti kilvisham. Don't abandon work because it has got some fault in it. Sahajam karma kaunteya sadosham apina tyajit sarvarambahi doshena dhumena agni rivavarta. Just like fire is covered by smoke, every endeavor or work in this world is covered by some fault. Nothing is perfect. That does not mean you should give up that work. Oh, I did not be a mother properly, and therefore I want to commit suicide, and I don't want to be a mother anymore. Take away my child. I will file for divorce. People come to some very crazy conclusions. But Krishna is saying that doesn't matter if you're not doing it properly or you're not able to do it paka, because your work is your means of going back to me. So if you abandon your work, how will you get to me? So even though it is faulty, you continue to do that, because it's quite common in this world that things are faulty. Just like fire is covered by smoke, every endeavor is covered by fault. So that doesn't mean you should give up your work, because it's Arjuna's argument that, oh, if I fight this war, Strishu, Dushtashu, Varshneya, Jayate, Varnashankara, all these wives of these people in this thing will become widows. If they become widows, they'll become exploited by men, and they exploited by men, there'll be unwanted population. He started thinking of all the, and I'll be the reason for all these things, and therefore I don't want to fight. So Krishna said, no, you're not supposed to worry about all these things. Your duty is to fight, simply fight. Fault will be there, something here and there, that's okay. The nature of everything in this world, it is faulty. Nobody is doing anything perfectly. That is why it's mentioned, one can understand that Ramachandra is a supreme personality of Godhead, because any role he played, he did it perfectly. Normally, people can never do anything perfectly. Ramanujacharya said, because he is such a perfect son, because he is such a perfect husband, because he is such a perfect king, you can understand he's the Supreme Lord, because nobody else can do this so perfectly. It's impossible. Everybody will have some dosha. But Ramachandra was perfect. This is one way of understanding that he's the Supreme Lord. Right? Everybody else is imperfect. Even the best of persons in the material world are imperfect some way or the other. Right? So dosha, fault, something will always be there, but we should try to be without fault as much as possible. These are the things that we can read today and understand about work under the three modes of material nature and the Kshatriya, Shudra, and Brahmana classifications. They are scientific, Prabhupada said, and they're according to the modes affecting you. It's not caste system, like people think. They have a very simplistic, foolish understanding, saying that don't be casteistic, don't be racist. You know, what do you mean don't be casteist, racist? You are definitely afflicted by the modes, and you have to understand that there are differences in human society. Human society is designed with differences, and you can't call it, everybody cannot be equal on the material platform. Okay? So in this way, we can understand powerful arguments given in the Bhagavad Gita, because the Bhagavad Gita teaches us the reality. Om Tat Sat, Hare Krishna. I end here. Any question or comment? Good night. Sweet dreams of Krishna. Om Tat Sat.